What is going on, traders? Hope everybody had a good Wednesday. Wanted to do a recap here, of course, on the S&P 500. Wednesday, March 8th. Pretty much a flat day in the markets, only green, 0.16%. Final print at 398.92. Not too much to report today. Of course, we'll go over the intraday price action here, but starting off looking at the daily. Now, we were talking about this situation potentially developing. We didn't get a full retest here yet, but watching here for one more candle, maybe another green one, maybe a slightly red one, but watching this potential bear flag type of formation take shape, and that may be something that propels us down back to the lower part of the range. Watching to see if price action comes back up here, back test this trend line, then comes back down. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as the daily. But of course, if we break over 400 and we continue to hold, we break over this downtrend line, that could be setting us up to retest the upper part of this trend line. So really a no man's land right now. It's good at these times when we're in these consolidation phases to, size down, lower your expectations, and, kind of more of a scout mindset, in the sense that there's going to be a lot of fake breaks in both directions, up and down, and it's best just to protect ourselves and see. So until we get over this trend line, at least, cautious on the long side, and it does look like a potential bear setup forming here, but we'll have to see how it develops. No real developments today in TNX or in the dollar. VIX, I believe, let's see, just slightly under 19, so, or under 20, excuse me. So that's at least a little bit encouraging for the bull case, but of course that can change completely tomorrow. We are below all the major moving averages here. The 9 at sitting at 422, the 20 at 401.54, and the 50 EMA at 399.71. So we'll be watching that to see if we start to clear any of those. Certainly over this downtrend would get us back over the 9, and over this 401.82 area. That certainly would be a confirmation over that 20. So be watching that for sure. All right, so not too much else to report here. I don't have anything else on this daily chart. Maybe the only thing I could mention as far as the daily is concerned is the ES futures here. Oh, no, not that one. Okay. We're back in this, diamond type formation here. So, we were watching this, I believe, when we had come down, where were we? I think when we had come right into this area. Now we've kind of gone full circle right back at that trend line. So I want to pay attention to see how price reacts here. Of course, we could have another fake break like we had right here, and then they buy it back up. So just want to watch and be cautious while we're sitting here at this really important level. So that's the only other thing I was kind of looking at and noticing as something to be aware of. All right, okay, so let's get into today's intraday price action. Again, not too much to report, a couple of things, but we'll go over it. Okay. All right, so coming into today's price action here, I was noticing a bit of a diamond bottom taking place. I didn't catch this dip here. I did take a trade. I'm not sure if it was down here. Either way, I know I got this move up here. I have to look at the time. I think it was it was somewhere around this 11:15 or so. I had a bit of a late start to the day, but got a nice move up higher here. Double top action going on, coming down. Notice the big impulse move here. The breakdown candle came down, bit of a bear flag, and we broke down right into the demand again here. This 397.50 area. A nice push up higher. I believe I took this for a little scalp as well, but this was really just a lower high taking place in this new downtrend. So lower high here, came back up, rejected, and pushed down. Okay, now when we did break again this 397.50, look at the stop run, ran all those stops, big push down lower, and then I noticed, we were kind of getting this falling wedge type of formation right into this support zone, and we got a nice push back up, but this kind of did a little, zigzag here, and then we formed an ascending wedge, really steep rate, rate of attack here, and we just came up, didn't break over this last base. So if I had taken this short here, my risk probably would have been back over this zone, because this was the base that we were holding earlier. So it came up, ascending wedge, back down, and then we came right into power hour. When they tried to push it lower, and they were kind of doing a little fake out here under that 397 zone, really just putting in another descending wedge, higher low, right into power hour. We got some short covering here, break of the downtrend, and again same thing, reverse. So here all the shorts that got in here and had pushed this down probably still had some bit of a position here at this 397.50 zone. Once we broke over, we ran the stops. So today was interesting. We ran the stops down, and then we ran the stops back up. Then we came right back into the point of pain here. So we came right back into that breakdown candle. That's kind of where we stalled out. I did get this long. I went long into the close, and this was probably my best trade of the day. Other those little scalps were really nothing to get too excited about. But this was probably my best one of the day. So this was a nice catch, and that was pretty much it. So I mean, the range, $3.99. I mean, $4. I mean, certainly tradable, but for me, it wasn't really the best kind of trading day. It was pretty slow and boring, to be honest. But that was just me. As far as tomorrow is concerned, when we were up here, even, I heard some people talking about that they were reloading some puts and everything. I'm still swinging the puts that I got in on Friday. I didn't take any profits down here. Maybe I'll get burned for that. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. Still well in profit, around 62 or 63%. So it wasn't nothing too bad. Maybe they closed at 50. Actually, I'll have to go check. But either way, this really, in the bigger picture, still just a lower high. So we're not over 400. No confirmation over 400. So right now we're just kind of in this chop zone, working itself out. But I still think we have the potential to break down lower. Really need to see that confirmation hold. They just cannot, bears can just not hold price below this 397.50 area for any significant amount of time, which is pretty interesting and something to note. But still, unless we really stay under this 397.50, probably we have to stay under for at least I would say an hour at this point to really have a confirmation. But they keep fighting back. But until they really get over 400 and hold, then I'm not too convinced about the long side. And then really once we get over the 401.30, that's when really we can the bulls can start talking and break over that downtrend that we were looking earlier at. But that downtrend, of course, was sloping downwards. So we could come into that downtrend at 400 tomorrow. So we'll have to check that out as well. But future is relatively quiet so far. But yeah, so not too much to report. Let's just be careful in this kind of consolidation range that we're in. We'll have to wait and see how the daily wants to work itself out, whether we get above that downtrend or we stay below. If we end up staying below, then we'll be thinking about seeing a little bit more downside, maybe test the bottom of that range. But for right now, it's up in the air. It's anybody's fight, no man's land. So just be careful out there tomorrow until we see an actual break in either direction. Then we can hopefully get one more trend day this week, but we'll have to see. All right, I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you like the comments and the content, I should say, feel free to like, subscribe. Love to hear what you think in the comments, and you have a good night. All right, take care.